Okay, hello and welcome to the weather update. It is 9:30, March 21st, 2021, and just a fabulous first weekend of spring. Two absolutely great days in the Pine Barrens. I haven't even gotten any of the videos. I have one that's ready to go tonight. I'll have to put the other one together from today. But yesterday, returning back to West Hampton again, and today going to the Robert Cushman Murphy Preserve in Manorville. So yeah, very two beautiful days and mild temperatures too. Today didn't even need a jacket. Yesterday was a little cooler, but not a bad day. Both days we did have a sea breeze in the afternoon, but I mean not a cloud in the sky. It was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely perfect weather, perfect first weekend of spring. And we are going to look at some of the current. Yes, I know I should use Wonderground. Let's do that. I'll look at some of the current temperatures out there just to show you we are getting some radiational cooling tonight in the Pine Barrens again, like we did last night as well. So let's take a look and see. We'll use this because this does have more observations. You can see in Nassau County we're generally in the 40s, a little cooler on the South Shore, low 40s, mid 40s in the middle of the county, North Shore, mid 40s. But then as you head out to Suffolk County, we're seeing this radiational cooling again. As you get to central Suffolk, you're in the upper 30s. And then as you head even further out east, it's even cooler in the mid 30s there. And of course, the problem with this is it doesn't show West Hampton. And I mean, it shows a lot of the houses, but it doesn't show the actual observation station, the official reporting observation stations. That's why I prefer using this. And you see why. It's 30 in West Hampton already. 30 degrees in West Hampton. So it's going to drop into the 20s tonight. You got dry air, light winds, clear skies. That's the recipe for radiational cooling. But yes, it is mid 40s in Nassau County. The city's still holding on to 50s and mid 40s in New Jersey. And it's same thing in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey as well. Miller Air Park down to 35. And 40 in Toms River proper. It's actually cooler in downtown Toms River than it is in Mineola. Go figure that out. So let's go take a look at first the overnight lows. We'll look at this. So you can see, wow, 21. It got down to 21 in West Hampton. Wow, 21 degrees. And out east too, look at these cold temperatures even in the Hamptons, 24, 28. 30 in Southold. At Islip, it got down to 30. Farmingdale, 32. 28 even in Carl Place. So it was pretty chilly this morning. But then we went from that to a very warm day across the area with temperatures in the 60s. Low 60s across much of Long Island, the middle of the island. South Shore, a little cooler, more like mid 50s. But plenty warm enough across the area. The city, too. The city also reached 63 degrees, which is about a little over 10 degrees above normal. Let's see how it was in New Jersey. 61 in the Miller Air Park, 57 in Toms River proper. So everybody pretty much got into the 60s today, unless you were on the South Shore or even the East End, I think, got into the 60s. Yeah, 50s. Oh, they got into the 50s, actually. So 50s on the East End. But 60s everywhere else. Very warm day across the area today. A perfect spring kickoff to spring this weekend. It has been, for sure. And you know what? I did not check the low at Miller Air Park. I'm wondering what they got down to this morning. Let's just check that out. Just curious. 21. So look at that. 21 there. And West Hampton was also 21. Isn't that interesting that both of the Pine Barrens got down to 21. That's pretty interesting. So let's take a look at the satellite. You see, no cloud. We got like a few scattered high clouds later in the afternoon. Yesterday, no clouds at all. Today, no clouds. We can look at this other satellite here as well, the high resolution satellite. You see, this is the only high cloudiness that sort of got into our area like late in the afternoon. You could see, but other than that, I mean, just clear skies. Yesterday too, clear skies. Look at that. So, I mean, when does this ever happen? I mean, usually we have these cloudy spells. Now we have like a spell of just beautiful weather instead, which is really nice. You got to get out there and soak it up. And it's all because of this big sprawling area of high pressure that we've had over the area. If we look at the weather map here from the Climate Prediction Center, I'm at the Weather Prediction Center. You see, you get this big high over us, and you have this area of low pressure that's sitting off the coast of Florida that's kind of kicking up the winds a little bit there. But everything is just in a really nice setup right now. And so you can see this high on the surface. So let's go and look at the upper air pattern that is bringing us this really beautiful weather. So you can see we got this ridge centered over southeastern Canada. So this is providing us with dry air, mild temperatures, and that ridge is going to stick around this whole week. And then you can see the isobars start getting a little more southwesterly. So that means probably more in the way of cloudiness as we get toward the later part of the week. And then you have a little trough that passes through over the weekend, so maybe tempers the warmth a little bit. And then a bigger trough comes through a week from Monday. And then another one follows that into April. So that could bring in some colder air again, perhaps. We'll look at the European model as well with this and see if the European shows the same thing. It probably does. More or less. It's a little deeper with that trough on Monday, actually. So when we go and we look at the surface here, which we're going to do right now, we're going to go to the GFS. Let's go to the surface. So we have this low that's starting to develop off the Florida coast here. But we have the high holding strong, so it keeps us dry tomorrow. Tuesday as well. And there'll be start to be an onshore flow with the high over here, the high off to the northeast and the low to the south. It's going to bring more of an onshore flow, so probably not quite as warm as today. As we move along, though, still dry into Wednesday. Thursday, still dry. Our next chance of rain would be Friday, and it doesn't look all that impressive, really. And then behind that, another high for Saturday, and then we have another low that's going to move through and bring us some rain on Sunday. And this is the trough here that's going to come through, and you can see those isobars there from the northwest to the southeast. When you see that look, you know that means you're going to have some colder air around, and nice. Well, it should bring some sunshine. Then another front comes through on Wednesday. This could be another strong cold front again as we get into April. Another strong cold front with a big high pressure system in our area that'll be coming through. But at least there'll be some nice weather. We'll look at the temperature anomaly. So right now we are above normal. All right, we've been way above normal today. Yesterday we were a little bit above normal. Today, way above normal. Tomorrow, not as much above normal, I think, because of the onshore flow. It's going to be like an upside-down pattern where you have this ridge over southeastern Canada. It's actually much more warmer. The anomalies are much bigger off to the north versus to the south. But I still think we'll be a good deal above normal tomorrow. Tuesday, not quite as much above normal because I think there'll be more of a sea breeze. Wednesday, still above normal. Thursday could be much above normal. Ahead of that front, and Friday as well. Look at that, very much above normal on Friday, ahead of the next front. Then the front comes through, and we go a little bit, still a little bit above normal on Saturday. Sunday, we start to see some of that colder air with that trough come in. Here's Monday, so it'll be a little bit, maybe slightly below normal, nothing drastic. And then it's this front here that's really gonna bring in some colder air. Perhaps as we get into April, there could be some significant below normal temperature anomalies as well. The other thing I want to look at is the precipitation. How much rain do we accumulated rainfall do we have we're staying kind of dry. We're not going to get a whole lot of rain. It's actually, I think, the second driest March on record, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody, I heard somewhere on Channel 4 that it was the second driest March on record so far. So that's on the Weather Service didn't bring that up, but I figured I would because we are. And again, if you look at the Climate Prediction Center outlook, you'll see probably temperature. If you look at the 6 to 10 day, we are actually, it has us above average with the temperature, with the precipitation and temperature. 8 to 14 though, we trend near average with the precipitation and just slightly above average on the temperature. So I'll have to see. It seems to be some differing results, but I just don't see a whole lot of precipitation given the pattern that we're in. So let's go back to the temperatures here, because that is, let me just get this back over here. So we will go ahead and look at the temperatures on the GFS and some of the other models too. In fact, let me go to the HRRR. We'll do that one first. All right, and this is the 0Z. We have only 24 hours of it in, but HRRR, but this gives us a little higher resolution. So you can see there's that sea breeze coming in right there. And tomorrow, like I said, I think there'll be more of a sea breeze, so I don't think it gets as warm on the island, as well as the Jersey Shore, because there'll be more of a sea breeze, and you can see that sea breeze come in. Again, if we look at the wind profile here, you'll see that there is a light southeasterly flow to easterly flow. So that usually means more of an onshore flow, which means more of a sea breeze. So we'll go to the GFS now, and we will look at this as well. Here's the GFS. All right, so you see that more of an onshore flow, the sea breeze, because the high is over here. You see the center of the high over here and the low over here. In between the two, you have that easterly flow. Tuesday, we have that easterly flow again. Wednesday, we still have the easterly flow, so that's why I don't think it'll be as warm both those days. It's Thursday, when the winds go a little more southwesterly, that we may have more of a chance. And Friday, especially, with more of a southwesterly flow, that we'll see those temperatures get up a little higher. So let's go look at the temperature forecast on the GFS as we head into your Monday. So we already looked at the HRRR. You see general idea, not as warm as today, probably close to 60, but I don't think we're going to break 60 on Long Island. Close to 60 North Shore, maybe in parts in the middle of the island. But other than that, I think there'll be more of a sea breeze. And at night, of course, the temperature is going to drop down to the 30s. And I think it's the same deal for tomorrow night, while temperatures drop down to 30s, except colder in the Pine Barrens, of course. And then for, it's actually, Tuesday is actually a little bit warmer. It has a 62. Really along the coast, I think there'll be a decent sea breeze. So it's all about where you're inland. The closer you are to the coast, most parts of Long Island should have a decent sea breeze. But again, the central areas, western areas might get to 60 or above. Not as cool for Tuesday night into Wednesday. 40s probably for lows. And then as we go into Wednesday, we are dealing with, again, that marine flow. So temperatures, it's tempered. Will still be above normal. But again, expect 50s. And then for Thursday, here's that warmer air building. So we have a south flow on Thursday. You see what's going on. That with Long Island will still have a sea breeze, but look at Jersey. I think you're going to be making a run at 70, if not breaking it on Thursday for sure. And then Friday is the day I think we all could warm up into the 70s. So we could all have a chance to get into the 70s because there'll be more of a southwesterly flow. And then behind that front for the weekend, we cool off back into the 50s. All right, and I can't believe that the month is almost over. All right, so we have another day where we have a temperature contrast. That could be a stall front right there. We'll look at the precipitation in a moment. Our next chances, that could be the next wave riding along it. And then here's Monday, Tuesday of next week. And here's that cold air that comes in. So this is the cold air that's going to come in to start April. And GFS right now says we may have trouble making it out of the 30s on those days. I think we will make it out of the 30s, but it might be hard, maybe low 40s or whatever. So let's go look at the sky. Let's look at the precipitation now, because there really is not a whole lot of precipitation. I mean, we're going to go through this right here. We're dry. We are dry until we get to Friday. And even the Friday event, if we go and look at total amount of rain with that, total accumulated precip, you see, look at that, hardly anything. So we are definitely dry again. The fire danger is going to start building once again, for sure, with these dry conditions. And all it takes is a windy day, and that's something that we have to watch out for. Here's Saturday, no rain. It would be Sunday, that would be our next chance of rain. This would be a little more substantial, hopefully put the kibosh on the fire danger. And hopefully it does, because behind it, look at those tight isobars, we could have some wind. So let's go look at the skies now. On the GFS, we'll start. GFS seems to throw some of this cloudiness our way. I don't know if that's high cloudiness or low cloudiness. Again, that's high cloudiness. Yeah, it's high cloudiness. So high cloudiness, possibly. We saw a little bit of that into this evening. We'll have to see. But then again, by the afternoon, it clears it out again. So, and look, Tuesday, The high clouds try to close in on us, but Long Island may still get a decent amount of sunshine. And then after that, I think we're going to be dealing with some clouds, some varying levels of high cloudiness, but we'll probably still have some sun out. And then more thicker clouds for that precipitation event on Friday. And then Saturday could be another clear day again next Saturday. So I'm not going to go any further than that on the GFS looking at the skies. Go ahead and look at the NAM. NAM sky forecast. Because every model is different, and you can see it's just throwing back some clouds. I'm wondering if this is low clouds. The NAM is developing because of that onshore flow. Let's see. Yeah, it's low clouds. The NAM says it's low clouds that we will see here building off the ocean. It's really hard to predict when if and when that's going to happen. It's basically has to do with the cold water temperatures and maybe a little more moisture in the air. Getting some marine stratocumulus to develop. Whether that'll actually happen or not, we'll have to see. But it does seem the NAM seems to think we're going to have a good deal more clouds around tomorrow. We'll have to see if that verifies. And Tuesday, it really has a lot more clouds over us. So a lot different from a lot different look from the GFS, of course. The NAM may be overdoing it with the clouds. Let's go ahead and look at the RGM as well, and you will see RGM a lot less clouds. Just a few clouds. I think we'll have another mostly sunny day. Maybe a few clouds here and there. But other than that, mostly sunny. Tuesday, we could start seeing more of those high clouds come in, especially later on in the day. And then after that, we'll be dealing with more clouds. And look at that little swirl there. We're going to have to watch that. I wonder if that's going to become something tropical. You never know. You never know. I tell you, you just never know. We'll go ahead and look at couple of other models. We'll go to Ventu Sky, actually. We'll just use this. We'll do this look with the temperature here, because this is a little bit of a higher resolution model that we can use. It's using the HRRR, so I want to show you what the temperatures are going to be like tomorrow. So you can see inland and the North Shore, you're going to be warmer. South Shore, you're going to get a good sea breeze. South Shore, obviously, the place to be for that refreshing breeze. This is for tomorrow, and especially as you get into 3 p.m., that breeze comes in a little more. 5 p.m. moves in a little more. But it really won't get that warm. Here is Tuesday, which seems to have a little less of a sea breeze here for Tuesday. It's got just a light east wind, but that east wind generally, the middle of the island could get warmer, South Shore cooler. Another thing to look at is dew point, obviously, which I forgot to look at, but let me go back to this. Go ahead and we'll put the GFS on here, and we'll just look at the dew point. All right, because you can see the air is dry, so the humidity stays low tomorrow, and as well as Tuesday. But then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, you start seeing a little increase in moisture, which probably would mean more clouds. Really, it's all a matter of the other thing to predict is with the humidity aloft, what the humidity aloft is. So we'll go to windy.com and we'll look at this now. And look at for humidity, and we'll go ahead and we'll raise this up to 300. This is where high clouds would form. So you can see dry. All right, so this is dry tomorrow. Rises the euro as it's dry, so wouldn't have many clouds. Has a little bit of moisture moving in. And look at that, a little more on Tuesday, but still some dry. There's a wedge of dry over us there. So I really don't think we'll see too many clouds. I think we got some more, at least one more sunny day, if not two. So get out there and enjoy it as spring begins here. And what can I tell you? This is just great weather that we're having. It's nice to have some great weather and take a break from all the storms. And for me, just taking a break from. I know I haven't even looked at YouTube or that much. Just taking a break from all the stress this weekend has been absolutely great. But anyway, thank you for watching, and take care.